everyone, welcome back. Today is, well, thinking it's probably going to be one of the last few days of good weather. Let's put my glasses in the right place. Glasses on. So I thought I'd get out and go on another little ride. A bit more practice. Whoop. Just stop for bike riders and dogs. Thank you. And you gotta love the look on people's faces. And I thought I'd give you my initial impression. So this is by no means a review of owning an electric unicycle. I've done 100 miles on my V10F, my Emotion V10F. I've now passed. He's not looking where he's going. Thank you. I've done about 230, 240 miles on my, I don't know, probably a month or so old Gotway RS19 high speed. And I suppose I just wanted to give you some impressions about what I think, how I found it. So if you're new and you want to try unicycle riding, highly recommended, but like give you a bit of a, I don't know, a steer. By no means an expert. I'm still learning even now, but those that, you know, may look at it and think, oh Christ, that's a bit sort of scary, and it is, but it's worth doing. So I thought I'd you know, give you a little bit of a guidance perhaps on that, and take you along for the ride on the way. So let's just slow down for this dog and the dog walker because they got right away. Thank you. Always be polite and courteous when it comes to other users on these paths. So yeah, so about, let's get back about 4 years. Let's go back for 4 years. So 4 years, I don't think I bought my EV yet, my BMW i3. Oh, thank you.
Well, what is it?
I was looking around, I was looking at videos, on Tashawn in New York. So if you get a chance, have a look at Tashawn videos. Guy in New York that films loads of, or he used to film loads of Eastgate rides and group rides in New York City. Absolutely amazing, and that kind of got me intrigued. Like, I was already thinking about EVs, and I wanted something else as well. And I was thinking about skateboards, and I started looking at that. And basically, I kind of looked at that and I thought, oh, I'm not sure. And then I knew of a Fees-Cade, like E-Rides. Big shout out to them. Get all your UK-based unicycle stuff and scooters and all that sort of stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, I met him, and like, it was really cool to meet him for the first time. And then he basically said, oh, I'll teach you how to ride. I was like, no. He goes, no, come on. Like, so I spent probably a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours with a Fees down in London, and he was trying to teach me, and I was like, I couldn't get it. I think I eventually, after about 4 or 5 hours and lots of bruised ankles and stuff, about, I don't know, a few feet. Like, there's a video ages ago on my channel if you're interested, and it was scary, a lot of fun, but scary at the same time, and I was so appreciative of that. But I was like, no, it's not for me. And I eventually just settled on a cheap 300-400 pound Meepo electric skateboard, and had an accident on that. I was all padded up, but I really enjoyed it, and I was like, if I'm going to carry on with this, I got to get back on, so I got back on and carried on e-skating, and like you can see on my videos, there's loads of, a couple of years worth of me doing that and really enjoying it. Thank you. And just minding this sandy bit, because these sandy bits are horrendous. Essentially, I got more and more into e-skating, blah blah blah, and 2 years later it built up to eventually a GTR. Really loved that. Started building my own, built it, and then really sort of, you know, thought like that's kind of it. And then basically I thought, well, what else is there? So I still want to go mountain board at some point. And I didn't really have the money, and so I decided, I was looking around, so I was like, should I give the Unicycle another go? So I thought, I'll buy the V10, bought the V10F off of V-Rides, and it was a really difficult, painful 3 or 4 weeks of half an hour each day. On off, practicing. There's a good video from Strides that basically tells you the basics, so I went through that again and again and again. And then basically, like, what prompted this really was a couple of questions that I've seen on some of the Facebook groups. We're gonna have a little look around the foresty bit first, I think. And basically, it's overgrown. Sorry, I'm interrupting filming. And basically, like, I thought, well, I'll give that a go. Ooh, this is low. And if I keep going and all that, and part of me was like, do I carry on, because like it's really difficult, and I wasn't feeling it. I absolutely wasn't feeling it. Like before, and I was like, oh god, this is not again. And eventually it just clicked. Something just clicked. You know, don't get me wrong, I fell off a couple of times, and you know, a lot of damaged pride and all the rest of it. But I was like, oh, I'll keep going. I'll keep going and keep going. And basically, one of the things that you have is, you know, do you keep going or do you give up? And you don't. You keep going. You keep going and you keep going, and eventually it will just click. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert by any means, but with that was a bit low. With the RS19, I'm a lot more comfortable and confident than I was. So don't give up if you're new to this. And so I got that, and I went on holiday, and we took the V10 down to Weymouth, not Weymouth, Torquay, and went on the coast, done some epic rides, and just thought I needed to do more of this, and I needed something with more torque. Oh yeah.
Oh, one-wheel bike.
It is, yes. And essentially, could be tricky this way. Let's see if we can do this. Maybe I need to shorten the pole down on this. There we go, it's a bit more balanced. And yeah, so I kind of had, I've done a couple of really awesome sunrise rides in Torquay, and I just felt I wanted more. it had, don't get me wrong, the V10 was awesome and had loads of range. I was getting like 60 odd mile range. I've done lots of sort of 28, 30 mile rides, but it didn't have the oomph to get up like really big hills and things like that, and it didn't have what I needed to do off-roading like I am at the moment. So I bought this, 1,500 quid, and a ridiculous amount of torque. Here we go. So, like I said, by no means an expert, but what I will say is, if you're thinking about giving it a try, give it a try. Got nothing to lose. The V10 cost me about 1,000, but you know, you could get like a V8 F or something like that. Start on that. Start on something light and like a bit more nimble. Always start on something with a thinner wheel, because basically the thinner wheel will prepare you for something like this. So when it's got a thicker wheel, it's more stable and all the rest of it, but actually you prepare to stay on it on a thinner wheel. Some disapproving looks there, never mind. But yeah, so essentially, yeah, it's rinse and repeat, try and try again, and that's the only way I can explain it. But when you do get it, when it does click, my god, this thing is a ton of fun. I mean, it is ridiculous fun. It's not something that I thought that could top the feeling of being on a skateboard, but it does. For me anyway, personally. I still love the boards and stuff, but this to me is just epic. When you get that feeling of kind of float state, it's a bit like, you know, when you hear like snowboarders and one-wheelers and things like that, they hit that point of almost like not feeling the wheel anymore, and that, when you get that, it's like nothing else. And it's such a cool cruising thing, but it's got the power to get up like really steep hills. There's a couple of really steep hills on this. I'm probably not going to do today. I'm just out for a little cruise, but it gives you that sheer feeling of just float, and it's phenomenal. And just, I don't know, just it's different. It's so different. I mean, I've done so much on this now. In the last month alone, I've been to so many different places. Some places that I probably could have done on my board and stuff like that. But the ability to, I mean, this easily will give me about 50 miles, which is more than enough. You know, it's more than enough for, you know, going out for the day and stuff like that, and that's even with, you know, off-road and things like that. So this thing's just insane. I mean, considering how small it is and what it's got inside, it's insane. You know, it's insane value, and what you get is it's awesome. So highly recommended. And yeah, I absolutely love this thing. So yeah, so like I said, we're just sort of out on here, just trying to get the last of the sunshine. I mean, we're in September now. Nights are really sort of dark now, so even at sort of 7 o'clock where we normally go out, it's getting really dark. The trail we still do at night, but it's a bit more dodgy, obviously, with like, you know, tree roots and things like that. So just have to, you know, be a bit more careful and than not that we normally would, but just to, you know, make sure next to the motorway. Sorry about that. But yeah, and you kind of just you know, I don't know, I just wanted to get out like before the last of the sort of sun. So when we do have these, and we had a glorious sunshine at the beginning of the week, then it absolutely chucked it down for 2 days, which unfortunately makes some of the trails, and I was going to do the Nicky line tomorrow on the Sunday, but to cancel that because chances are, and I've been Nicky line before after rain, it takes ages for that to get dry because it's so further down and it's closed off. So when the rain goes on there, it just sits on there, it makes all the mud all boggy and stuff, and it's just not fun. So unfortunately I've cancelled that one, so apologies for the people that, you know, wanted to do that one, but you know, we can do it another time, hopefully, even when it's a bit colder and it sort of dries out, we'll do it. And that bit there is my practice, hopefully, for where I've got a seat at home. Next thing for me is practicing seated riding. And there's some bits on this trail actually I do get as that low for a period of time when I think I could just probably put my butt on a seat. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'll be able to bouncy I'll be able to do that. So watch out for a video on that. And also have a look at some of the videos that I've done recently. I went to Fully Charged Live a week or so ago at the time of this recording. Some really good ones. There's the Carver electric, which is phenomenal, like a 3-wheel electric car. It's brilliant, so much fun to drive. Done an extended test drive in there. I've done an awesome interview with Dan Caesar from Fully Charged. He's one of the sort of co-owners, or you know, co-directors, whatever you want to call it, of Fully Charged. That's really worth having a look and seeing behind the scenes and stuff, and I'll stick a little link above for that. And just generally, you know, if you want to sort of learn electric unicycles, then maybe check out my EUC stuff. Whilst it's not, you know, I'm not brilliant, but it gives people an idea. Anyway, let's enjoy a bit more of the ride, and we'll have another chat. I'm going to probably take the drone up as well as the sun's. Remember as well, I want to give some shout outs, channels that I watch and channels that I really enjoy and have inspired me to do other types of filming in different ways, and just generally that I enjoy. So Riderightwaxing, thank you for the shout out before. I appreciate your comments, feedback, and you know, all the support, and got Nero, love your stuff, and Spinning My Wheel, you know, again, really like your stuff, so it's much appreciated. But yeah, Nero, Spinning My Wheel, Riderightwaxing, subscribe to those. There's links to their channels in my main YouTube channel. You know, gave them a little bit of visibility as well. It's not that they need it, but you know, check them out. They're good. You know, Nero Life does some great stuff on, like, you know, unicycles and stuff like that out in New York, but he done some absolutely epic videos from Iceland. Guy's out in Iceland again, so I'm expecting some really cool stuff from him. It's just awesome work, and it is work, you know. This, whilst, you know, we do this for fun, you know, we don't get paid for it and stuff like that. We get small amounts from the advertisements and things like that, but, you know, shout out and, you know, credit where credit's due. You know, these guys, and, you know, we work hard to do content and stuff like that, and, you know, some you like, some you won't, that's fine. Be respectful with the comments and things like that. But yeah, him, so Spinning My Wheel, guy out of Queens in New York, big shout out to him. He does some fantastic stuff. He's been really supportive of the channel. Let's get these guys up to over 1,000 subs as well, if they're not already. They deserve it, you know. They deserve to get on that sort of, I don't want to say that money train. It sounds like we earn loads of money, but, you know, just that extra recognition, because their videos deserve it. And then Riderightwaxing, who's now surpassed my my subscriber count. Well done, mate. You know, you've done some great videos, to be fair, like with the car stuff and things like that as well. And your one wheel stuff is awesome. So, you know, keep that up. It's really cool. So let's do that. Well, that was interesting. So I took the drone up, and that was reasonably successful, right up to the point it hit a tree. Luckily, thank God for GPS and the beeping and sounds and flashing of the drone. It hit a tree, come down, no damage, which is good. It's just a shame. I need to get the software that tracks you kind of a bit better, because DJI don't do tracking, which is ridiculous when the drone actually can track. But yeah, problem of issue averted. Oh, I wonder where that trail went. Let's go back and find where that trail goes. I'm not sure where that one goes. I know where the other one goes. That might come part of the same trail. Let's have a look. That's a good thing about unicycles and boards and stuff like that, but it allows you, certainly with the extra range, it allows you to explore, and I do like exploring. Although this bit is likely to be very tree stumpy. Oh, it's a field. Okay, and that goes through to, I suppose that goes up to there. Maybe not. Oh well. Maybe not. No, get back on. Do you have to watch the old tree roots on a unicycle? And you do on a board, to be fair. But yeah, it's too nice today not to do it. It's 3:30. I've been out for an hour. Head back in a while. Might see if I can get up to the other bit of forest, perhaps. So we'll look, see if we can get up to the other bit. Now that is very, I'm going to say foresty, but like we usually tear around it on the boards, no problem at all. It'll be interesting what it's like, although the grey skies are coming in. This is it, this bit? I think this goes up to the same bit. Let's try up here. I think it's hopefully a bit better than that path that goes up that way. It's a bit thinner, but then that is usually ridden by a lot of horses, so hopefully this is a bit easier on the legs. It's still the side of a field, but it might be a bit easier to get into the field, he says. We shall see. There's an entrance over there. No idea how or what happens on that bit. Oh, that's gone. Hit a tree stump. Ouch. That hurt. back out that way, I think. And this, I think, comes out to a clearing. Tree stumps. Gotta love those bloody tree stumps. There we go, tree stump. And yeah, this takes you out to a bridge that we still need to sort out. Oh yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to do all the lovely stuff that you normally do, like, share, subscribe, blah blah blah. Appreciate every single one of you. The subscribers have gone a bit nuts the last couple of months, so that's been brilliant, so thank you. Let's get out this way.
Oh, sorry. Whoa,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm not sure I'm going to chance that. Which way am I going to go? Looks like it, or it feels like it's going to come in. Let's go over to this one. So probably going to call it a day today. Thank you very much for coming along with this little ride video, and I will see you very soon.